DEFeND, the data governance for supporting GDPR, is an international partnership that will deliver a platform to empower organizations in different sectors to assess and comply to the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR. GDPR does not start from scratch. From 1997, organizations have to comply with a regulatory framework that say how to deal with personal data protection. Therefore, organizations should already be prepared even though some are only starting now. GDPR harmonizes national legislations and it is based on the following principles: lawfulness, fairness and transparency. Do I process the data because I have to? Or do I process the data because in the future I might need them? So let us collect them now and then we see if we can use them later. This is not lawfulness. Fairness and transparency. Do I actually give enough information to my subjects about how I am going to process their data? Purpose limitation. I collect only the type of data that I need for the purpose of my processing. I need to record my purposes as part of my documentation obligations and specify them in my privacy information for individuals. Data minimization. I collect the amount of data that I need and nothing more. Integrity and confidentiality. You must ensure that you have appropriate security measures in place to protect the personal data you hold. This is also known as the security principle. Storage limitation. I must not keep personal data for longer than when in reality should I stop processing the data of my customer? Is it in half a year? In 1 year? Accuracy. I should take all reasonable steps to ensure the personal data I hold is not incorrect or misleading. Accountability. I take responsibility for what I do with personal data. I must have appropriate measures and records in place to be able to demonstrate my compliance. Contractual organization. Whenever a controller uses a processor, it needs to have a written contract in place. Processors must only act on the documented instructions of a controller. Processors could be any third software consultant service, hardware organization that can take personal information of our customers. Privacy by design and privacy by default. I have to integrate data protection into my processing activities and business practices, from the design stage right through the life cycle. Data protection by design is about considering data protection and privacy issues up front in everything I do. Records of data processing activities. I must maintain records on several things such as processing purposes, data sharing and retention. Privacy impact assessments. I must identify and assess any measures to mitigate those risks. Data protection officer. I must appoint a data protection officer, DPO, if I am a public authority, or if I carry out certain types of processing activities. DPOs assist me to monitor internal compliance, inform and advise on my data protection obligations, provide advice regarding impact assessments and act as a contact point for data subjects and the supervisory authority. The DPO must be independent, an expert in data protection. A DPO can be an existing employee or externally appointed. Rights of individuals. GDPR guarantees the following rights to individuals. Information. Individuals have the right to be informed about the collection and use of their personal data. Access. Individuals have the right to access their personal data. I have 1 month to respond to a request. Rectification. Inaccurate personal data rectified, or completed. Again, I have 1 month to respond to a request. Erasure. Individuals can have personal data erased. The right to erasure is also known as the right to be forgotten. Once more, I have 1 month to respond to restriction. Individuals have the right to request the restriction of their personal data. When processing is restricted, you are permitted to store the personal data, but not use it. Portability. The right allows individuals to move, copy or transfer personal data. Objection. The GDPR gives individuals the right to object to the processing of their personal data in certain circumstances, for example in direct marketing, automated decision-making and profiling. I can only carry out this type of decision-making activity including profiling, where the decision is necessary for the performance of a contract or based on the individual's explicit consent. How can the organizations face these challenges? Their job is not easy. Here it comes the DEFeND project. The main objectives of the project are: 1. To design and develop a successful, market-oriented platform to support GDPR compliance. 2. We will develop a modular solution that covers different aspects of the GDPR. Organizations will be able to pick the tools they need to solve specific issues. 3. We will provide automated methods and techniques to elicit, map and analyze data that organizations hold for individuals. 4. We will use advanced modeling languages and methodologies for privacy by design and data protection management. 5. Specification, management and enforcement of personal data consent. 6. Integrated encryption and anonymization solutions for GDPR. 7. Deployment and validation of the DEFeND platform in real operational environments. DEFeND is an innovation action project, and as such its main focus will be on improving existing software tools and frameworks and developing new integration software, driven by market needs, to deliver a unique organizational data privacy governance platform. In particular, the project technical focuses on delivering a platform which supports organizational-focused privacy governance and addresses challenges faced by organizations when complying with GDPR. The project will achieve its aim by introducing a new paradigm, which we call Model-Driven Privacy Governance, MDPG. Such paradigm enables building, from an abstract to a concrete level, and analyzing privacy-related models following a privacy-by-design approach that spans over two levels, the planning level and the operational level, and across three areas: data scope, data process and data breach. The DEFeND platform provides 5 main services to organizations and relevant stakeholders: data scope management, data process management, data breach management, GDPR planning and GDPR reporting. Each one of these services assists organizations to collect, analyze and operationalize different aspects and articles of the GDPR and provide appropriate reporting capabilities. To support those services, the platform consists of 5 back-end components. Each component includes a number of modules aiming to deliver functionalities. The platform dashboard acts as an interface, a front end, between the platform users, both organizations and clients or citizens, that is data controllers and data subjects, and the back-end components of the platform. The main purpose of the dashboard is on one hand to provide organizations with control over the creation, deployment, and monitoring of a data privacy governance strategy, which will help them to achieve GDPR compliance, and on the other hand to enable citizens and clients to interact with the platform to support the necessary consent-related activities required by GDPR. The project started on July 1, 2018. It will last 30 months. Privacy, data protection, digital identities is the topic of the EU call within the Horizon 2020 program. There are 10 partners across Europe. ATIS Spain is the project coordinator. DEFeND platform will be tested in a operational environment. TRL7 stands for Technical Readiness Level according to the Horizon 2020 program. The Level 7 is a system prototype demonstration in operational environment. 4 pilots are involved. GridPocket, France, for the energy sector. Abilab, Italy, for the banking sector. Foundation for Allah Investigation by Amatica Hospital Infantil Universitario Niño Jesus, Spain, healthcare sector. Peštera Municipality, Bulgaria, for the public administration. Thank you very much for your attention. Here you can find the main contacts of the DEFeND project. Please visit our website and follow us on our social media. The DEFeND team is available to answer all of your questions.